Today on my channel, Planner Friends, let's dive into two different planners that I use for two different things. I would like to actually start getting set up a little bit for October, especially in here. I've already decorated this through September, same here. So I thought we could go ahead and just start in on October because you know what? I'm ready for it. I love the autumn. It is my favorite season. So do me a favor. I have a cup of Lady Grey tea here in my cool, well, am I ever cool? No. But this is my Atomic Cat mug, and I want to have some creative fun with you. So pull up a chair and join me, friends. Please stay tuned. Hello planner friends and welcome to my channel. I am One Crafty Dolo. I'm so happy you're here with me today. My name is Dolores. I'd love it if you would subscribe, tap the notification bell, join my growing community. For those of you who are already subscribed, goodness knows you lift me up in ways you cannot imagine. I appreciate your support, your comments, your likes. I love the community we are creating on here together. True confession, today my original thought was to work on my junk journal. And for whatever reason, I just didn't have it in me. And so, yeah, I decided to do something a little different. And that's why I don't plan my videos too far in advance. And I come to you wherever I am. So let me just share real quickly. This is a passport notebook from Prima Marketing that I found on Mercari like 2 years ago as part of a bundled set. And quite frankly, this alone I think would have been worth the price of the bundled set. It's really sweet. I was using my Aura Estelle passport covers and I decided to switch into here. So I thought we could get in here a bit and decorate. Now, last year, I used it as what I called a trauma journal, which was basically healing from things in the past, you know, job stuff, life stuff, love stuff. And when I say trauma journal, I don't mean to elevate things that I've been through with other people, but it's just, I knew there was stuff I needed to get through. What I didn't know when I started it in July of 24 that my mother was going to pass away in August of 25. And so I think it was good I was in there because it helped me to process and it to really write a lot about her passing. Yeah, I don't really want to get into all of it, but it did. It's just ironic that I started in one spot and I was feeling so good and then boom, like it just, the rug was taken out from under us, that I will say. So now what I'm doing in here, first off, I got different inserts. My old inserts were a collaboration between Aura Estelle and Annie Plans. And to be honest with you, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for them to come out with something else or a booklet, but they haven't. So I looked elsewhere and I found Paper Penguin Co. I'll link them below on Etsy. So you can see we're here today. I'm filming for tomorrow. I've started a new project and that is to relearn how to sew in honor of my mom and to find my way through it with creativity and paying her homage. So I had purchased this kit, Another World, from Simply Gilded, including the washi, as you can see here. And so I used it and I still have to finish this out, but that's okay. I mean, it's just, you know, a good space. And what I'm doing in here isn't trauma journaling. I am doing a little bit of journaling, but I'm talking about the new project, my mom, sometimes feelings, even though I have a emotional wellness journal. I just think at this point in my life, the more journaling, the better. So you can see these are daily sheets, and I picked up 3 booklets of these, and I've just been changing them into weekly. I don't know. Originally, I thought I would use it daily, and maybe in the future I will. Ooh, let me show you what else I picked up recently real quick. So I have 2 more of those booklets, which are the dailies. Then I picked up these recently, kind of looking towards next year. I know I did a short on this, but I want to show you anyway if you haven't seen the short. These are monthly calendars for 2026. I'm not entirely sure of what I'm doing next year in terms of what planners. I mean, I know roughly an idea, but I'm still not 100% sure. So aren't these lovely? I think this is just so lovely. And so, yeah, I picked these up. Like I said, I don't know. I was looking through her site, and then you have graph papers for like goals and things like that. And then these are weekly, although I don't know. Not sure how I will use these, but I generally like horizontal layouts. I guess it's kind of what do they think? It's like a Hobonichi layout where it's all on one side and then you have notes on the other side. So we'll see what I do with these. Quite frankly, I like the fact that the covers I can be creative with. Let me move these out of the way. Okay, so that's that. And so what I'd like to do today is to get in here and decorate a little bit for heading into October, which how? Like, I don't know how, but okay, sure. So this will get me through the beginning of October next week and all. So I think we can do that in here. Now, let me just show you my pocket planner. I use my pocket planner and my mini in tandem with each other. This is our home planner, appointments, doctor visits, bills, things like exercise, cleaning, all the home stuff goes in there. And then this is so cute. This is a Finsbury I picked up on Amazon ridiculously inexpensively. I haven't written in those sections yet. I like this. This is from OKY Plans. Let's go. These inserts are from Peanuts Planner Co. Again, I like horizontal. So you can see I'm ready for next week. I just haven't written things in. So I need to get in here, and I think I need to number it too, don't I? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I have a bit of work to do in here. Now, really quickly, before we do this, let's talk about what I've got here. This is a kit I picked up really inexpensively like 2 years ago. It is, what's the name of this kit? Naturalist. And it's me. It's butterflies and books and cats, and all we need is a mug of tea, glasses. I'm a nerd. I wear glasses. I guess that's coffee, but we'll pretend it's tea. It's gorgeous. Go through her sale pages on Simply Gilded regularly because you will be amazed at the goodness that you find there. This is just so pretty. So I have this, which I'm thinking about using in here. Okay. It's just so pretty. By the same token, it would fit well in here color-wise, although I don't generally use the larger boxes in here. So we're going to go with that. Then I have this beautiful, beautiful Botanique Mystique, which is my bad French there. And this was, I've resubscribed to her kits. So this is what I received. Now, what I used in my pocket for September were just these and some bits and bobs from this kit, which is the Willow kit. You can see I used a lot of the boxes there, but none of this. And so, oh yeah, and then I've got this ridiculous kit that I love. I picked up the chicken washi to match. It's called Slow Living. I think we'll save this one. I love it. I just think, well, my nickname from some distant relative when I was growing up was Chicken, so I guess that's my affinity there. And this is my subscription from Chrissy Ann Designs, which I think I'll use in my mini. So I'm gonna put that away. I'm just all about these October vibes, friends. So why don't we get in here. Now I brought out oodles of washi too. So this I thought might, maybe could go with some of this, although I'm not so sure looking at it. Maybe this. But that's rose gold and this is gold. Aha. Oh, this pumpkin might be okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use any of this washi. So there's that. Then there's the Botanique Mystique washi, which is really stunning. And then I have the Willow washi, which I've been using over here. I feel like one of the best things about subscribing to Simply Gilded is you get oodles of washi every month. And now she's including a pet tape. which I can also add in bits and bobs as well, maybe even into the pocket planner. Yeah, she just keeps upping the ante, I feel like. So why don't we take this out and get started and chitter chatter a little, shall we? All right, friends, you know what? I looked at some of my washi. This is older Simply Gilded, and I actually think it goes better than some of these. So I think we're going to move those, move the pile over, if you will, and start in with these. Now, I could, let's see how this is going to work. Yeah, it'll work. Okay, so why don't we start in here and yeah, so let me just share really quickly. I just had this, it's actually something my mom had given me, an old sticker. When you want to add lace to your planners, go to Dollar Tree and get some double-sided tape. Just line it up and then line your ribbon up. It is super easy, super inexpensive. This is just a printable I had. I inked one of my doilies and had to cut it down, added some washi, a few stickers. Butterflies are my motif, if you haven't guessed that already. Yeah. So let's get in here and let's just create and chat and so forth. So I decided to start sewing again, and I went earlier today to Hobby Lobby. Next week I'll drop a video about my trip there. I did in fact create another channel, and then I decided no, I didn't have it in me to start all over again from scratch with another YouTube channel. It takes a long time to build it up, which is fine. It's not about, this is about my heart when I come to you. It's not about, oh, I need clicks. Please. I'm a hot mess express sometimes. I just try to cheer people on where you are, where we are. And so I went, and I have to tell you, it was amazing. I have not sat down and gone through pattern books in forever. And I mean forever. And sitting there, I just was transported. So my goal is to learn to sew as an homage to my mother, who was an incredible seamstress, pattern designer. She could have gone into that. In fact, I think when she was younger, she wanted to go to Parsons or FIT. I think she could have done well. Doesn't mean she didn't do well by not doing that. That's not my implication. It's just different era, different life. And, I think part of my own, striving in terms of my own education was partially because of that, partially from my grandparents. I don't think that, I know a lot of people, I had many reasons to get my PhD. But truthfully, so much of it was paying homage to so much of my family and what they weren't able to do, if you will. And so, yeah, I just, carry that with me. Now, I guess I could have widened out that, but it's not that prevalent. I think this washi is perfect for in here. So again, these are supposed to be daily pages, and no, I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to hold off. We could even use some of these in my pocket planner. There's a thought. So why don't we put these there for now? I used to subscribe to Simply Gilded, then I stopped. Now I've started again, in part because I feel I've made a really big effort this year, this 2025, to support small makers. That's been really, really important to me. And yeah, just something I felt I've needed to do. And so she's just upped the ante since I last subscribed, which is kind of cool, actually. I'm not complaining in the least. I think it's great with all the extra stuff in the kits now. Let's see here. So anyway, so back to this idea. So I went and I looked at patterns. I have an idea of what I'm doing. Believe it or not, I actually have an idea. And I feel like I'm just trying to decide what days I want to put, where and which ones I want to use. I could use the butterflies. I think I'm going to start with the beige though. And so going through patterns again is something I haven't done in forever. And you know what was my favorite? Truthfully, the vintage patterns. I just felt they have patterns from the 40s and the 50s, 60s, 70s. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like, I don't know. I just felt my childhood on steroids in the 80s. And, you know, it just, yeah. And in high school, I actually worked in a fabric store. There was a store in, I don't know if it went beyond the New York City area, called the Rag Shop with 2 G's. And my mother worked there, and then I worked there, and it was great. You know, this was our life. I might, it's either that or, you know what I'll do? I'll do this, and then I'll put something over it. How's that? Yeah, we could just cover it with one of these. I think that'll work. Actually, quite nicely, in fact. There we go. Okay. So I figured out what I'm going to use in my creating. Is this a mark? Yeah, it's some kind of mark I got there. That's okay. And so now I've got to, you know, get ready and start sewing, which is intimidating as all heck to me. I'll be honest with you, it's very intimidating. But I feel I need to do this, so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to try to do it well. Whether I succeed or not, we'll see. But I just didn't want to get so mired down in loss that I didn't see what I had and recognize that and kind of take that forward, if you will. That was really important to me. So yeah, that was something I needed to do. I feel like I'm doing it slowly. I think we're going to put you up here. Really pretty kits, and there's a lot in here. I like using these as lines for writing because I don't always get things straight. So that's partially what you're seeing here. Okay. And so, yeah, this is great. I don't know where you are in your life, friends, but I can tell you this much. What I do know is that we all walk through so many fires. We all have so many journeys we take. And in the process of it, do me one big favor, and this is from my heart to yours. Be kind to yourself. Remember that you matter. Your feelings matter. And regardless of what the world tries to tell you about what it thinks you should be, how it thinks you should be, don't listen. You deserve kindness. You deserve love. You deserve to treat yourself well. And so that's something my mother was adamant about, is be comfortable in, you know, who and what you are. And I feel like I need to pay that forward a bit. And I don't think that's a bad thing to pay it forward, truthfully. So, okay, so far so good. It's cute, right? These sticker kits go a long way if you stretch it a little bit, which is what I like to do with them. I just think they're so pretty. So I think we're going to start here. Oh, wait, I have to put the dates on. Duh. Okay, I'll come back to that. And we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, sometimes I have put this over top of the washi, but I feel like the washi is so pretty. I don't want to do that, if that makes sense. That's over a little bit. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to next week starting in and sharing with you the sewing journey, which isn't going to start right away. It's going to be looking at patterns and looking at fabric, and I'm going to take you along and share stories and hopefully turn it into something that's really uplifting, because I need that, and I'm banking that other people might find it helpful, I hope. Anyway, that's my goal. So yeah. Okay, so far so good. Now, is it here? To clean, to do, shot. I like those. I should use these in my pocket planner is what I should do, but here's what I was looking for. Family, gratitude, work. So we're going to take some gratitude and pop that up here. She really does put a lot of thought into these kits, I have to say. So let's go back to this little checklist with the butterflies. So do you have any October fun plans? I don't. Quite frankly, I think that we're doing a memorial service for my mom. It's still being arranged, so I have that, which is fine. It's good. It's a blessing to be able to do that, to share that, to have that. I don't feel like, yeah, I just think it's going to be good. I've written something that I keep playing with, that I'll present. I usually am the person who presents eulogies for close family members, so, but I'm not calling it a eulogy, so it's complicated. I'm just calling it a love story, to be honest with you. Give me a minute here, friends. All right, I got that under there. This is coming along so nicely, and I'm just, thank you. Thank you for taking this time with me. Lord knows I appreciate you. So that's what I'll be doing with that channel, and well, within my channel, I should say, and just kind of building it up and having fun with it. And yeah, I think that I just think it's a good idea. It's something different. It's, yeah, it's, oops, oh, I ripped that one. That never happens. Goodness, how did I do that? Oh, I should have used my X-Acto knife, friends. Alrighty. Again, thank you for being with me during this time. I'm just chit-chatting. Sometimes I have, oh, Zoe, shush. I have kits that or topics that I discuss. Today's just kind of chit-chatting along with you, and hopefully that's not a bad thing, friends. Hopefully not. Oh, Zoe. I love Zoe so much. But sometimes that is one needy little girl. Well, Biggie. She's a biggie, let me tell you. She's an 18-pound cat. Oh, I love her. But we have a joke in the family that we only have ridiculous pets. That's all that we're allowed to have, are ridiculous pets. So I think we're keeping up with that tradition quite well. Yes. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Did I use... Okay, I'm just peeking. I don't want to be... So I use this color, so I'll use a darker color, which will go nicely there. Excuse me. Oh, wait. There's one here that says... No, the other one says gratitude, but I have gratitude up there, so I'm going to leave that as like that. And we're just... we're just setting this up. It's just so much fun. Now, this page, I think it's great. Let me just say that. I think that a lot of times people don't realize just how much is on these pages and how far they'll go and what you can do with them and so forth. Now, I need something to cover here. Let's take another brown one and put it right here. There we go. Just covering it up. That works. And I'd like to add one of these. Do I want to do... No, I don't want to do another butterfly. I'll do a dark brown, though. How's that? We'll do a dark brown. And I almost want to put it right... Whoops. Right here. Now, sometimes they put you can put these on top of those. I don't know that I want to do that rightly yet. But I do want to add some of these little bows down here. What I did last year, the inserts that I had were just graph paper, and it worked. No complaints. It worked well. But I do feel like I wanted something this time with a little more structure, which is why I picked these up. Now, in all fairness, when I picked it up, I did not think I would be using it, changing it into a weekly layout, but I'm actually glad I am, if that makes sense to you. I feel like it adds a lot to it. Yeah, so now we have those. What else have we got here? We have these. Do I want to save those for the other planner? I don't know. You know what? I don't know that I do. I mean, it's so darn pretty. I don't know. I think I'll put some of these in here. Why not? Right, friends? Why not? And maybe I'll use the Botanique Mystique in the pocket planner. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? So we have the books here. We have the bows there. Oh, the glasses. My nerd, well, I don't have brown glasses, but yes, I have my nerd girl attire here. Proudly and happily a nerd, I might add, okay? Nothing wrong with it. Just be true to you. And we'll add this little butterfly, I think, over here. All right, so that's a full week. I wouldn't mind adding in one more week. Maybe I'll wait on it and just get into the pocket planner. I don't know. This already is getting long, but I love spending time together. I really do. This is cute. I'm glad I live in a world where there are Octobers and of Green Gables. Oh my gosh. My husband always talks about this trip he took in his old life, and they did go up to PEI and for this Anne of Green Gables thing, and he was like, what was that? I don't know what that was, but I wasn't into it. He's so funny. He's like, Lord, it was the worst. So when I want to tease him, I'm just like, hey, why don't we take a trip to PEI? And he's like, he physically shrinks. Oh, let me show you too what I'm doing with this. This is part of me planning out the sewing videos and what my goals are. I think having been a professor for a while, a long time, and I worked in higher ed for a long time, I like outcomes and goals and objectives and all those things. These are really pretty. Should we do yeah, let's do more. Let's do a little bit more, even part of a week. What do you think, friends? I think we should do it. Now, I wonder, do I have other book washi? And I'm pretty sure I do. So I have this, which isn't a bad one to use either. I have this, which is green, which I don't think really goes. And then in the Botanique, wait, there was another one I thought. Oh, it's here somewhere. I've got so much washi on the side here. There it is. See, that's dark green, so I don't think that's going to work. But I wonder if I use, excuse me, I have this. I also have, hold on, I've got more over here. I've got this, which, well, this looks like rose gold, but it's barely rose gold, but it's teapots and stuff. Let's take a peek here, shall we? I know, sometimes I obsess over the details, but why not? Actually like this one better, oddly enough. So why don't we use that one? And if I don't like it, I can always put the dates over it. So let's get in here and let's work this one. Yeah, see? I actually am glad that their recent kits have more different colors. A lot of the washi I have a ton of pinks, peaches, some blues, you know, the standard kind of Simply Gilded stuff that she's apparently expanded in the time that I didn't subscribe. So that's, I don't know, it's kind of cool. Yeah, and some of these I just picked up because they were on sale. What I was doing for a long time was I decided to just buy from her sale kits, and I found some really great bargains. They were like $8 for the kit versus I think their normal price is what, 18, 16, something like that, which is why the subscription box is such a good deal between the sticker kit and the date dots. But anyway, I found some really cute kits that way and tried things that I might not have tried before and looked at, and you know, again, go to the sale site. Alrighty, let's do this a little quicker. I don't want to keep you here all day with me. Oh, I mean, I love having fun together, don't get me wrong. This is wonderful and lovely and fun. Okay, I think we're going to add this one in definitely. Yeah, I like that. So let's put this one over here. It fits in certainly with that washi. It works. Even if there's a little bit of rose gold in the washi, it's so small you don't really notice it as much. I think we could put this one down here. Oops, let's straighten it out. I have come to like the graph paper a little better. I used to prefer the dot grid, and I honestly, as time has gone on, I've really preferred the graph. I think it's just easier. Let's go with the darker one, or no, let's go with the orange. Oh, let's go with the dark, sorry. So let me put these down real quick. Alrighty, so I just thought just to speed it up just a little bit. I don't want to take up all your time today, just some of it. I think it's cute, even though that is a little rose gold. It's so small, you don't really see it quite that way. And I want to add this gratitude sheet over here. I think that'll fit nicely. So there we go there. Alrighty, we're getting there. It's looking good. It is. So let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these left. I think we'll do these glasses. I think we'll put this one, if I can get both of those. Yes, I did. That's good. Good, good, good. And I think we will use some of these. Excuse me. Let's go with some of these, both the butterfly and the color ones. This one's a little more orangey, but it works. Oh, we need to put a thing under there. I only have 4 of these, so I think I'm going to use the others. I don't know. What am I doing? You know what? I'm going to use the others anyway. Just do it. When in doubt, just do it. Right? Right. So the idea, that's a little crooked. Yeah. I know, it has character. One of my kind followers said, hey, if it's crooked, it has character. And sometimes, yes, that's true. And sometimes it's too much character. But you know, it's good. I watch a lot of YouTube, so it's not just me, and that makes me feel better. This whole thing looks crooked, doesn't it? I can always fix it if I need to. I'm not going to perseverate about it. That's one of those great words that you don't realize you're doing until you do it. Okay, good. So far, so good, right? Right, now I think we need to take one of these, the darker one here. Actually, you know what I want to do? I am going to double up these. And this does look a little sloppy, so I need to neaten some stuff here. But let's take this down. Okay, hold on. Okay, so now I'm doing better. I just straightened it out a little bit just to, yeah, this is cute. This is really sweet. And again, we're stretching the kit a bit, and I like doing that. I think it's important to kind of, yeah, just to, yeah, you get what I'm saying, friends. I know you do. Alrighty, so I think we're going to put a butterfly over here, right? Yeah, we could do that. That'll look cute. And I'm going to put this brown one, kind of like I have this one here. I'm going to put this one up here. And one more of these bigger flags, which this is kind of crooked too. Oh, there was a crooked woman, right? Oh, you know, in addition to sewing, my sister is going to, she's taking up crocheting. So we're both doing things that our mother did. And I think that's lovely that she's going to do that. She's happy with what I'm doing, and I'm thrilled with what she's doing. It's very nice. It is very, very nice to see and hear. And yeah, I think our mom would be pretty thrilled about it all, that we're doing that. She would cheer us on, because that's how she rolled. Alrighty, and let's put one more butterfly here, and then we're going to add some little bits and bobs, I believe, to jazz it up a little bit. Mostly straight, okay. And now looking at these and even these, let's see what else we can add in here, because these are so darn pretty. I wouldn't mind, let's see. Yeah, I'm really debating what to do with the pocket planner if I want to use these. They're so big, they would probably fare better in the pocket planner. So we'll stick to the smaller bits and bobs, I guess. And you know what? I like this cat. So we're going to put our little friend here. And we're going to put a cuppa, which by now my tea is probably freezing, but that's okay. Put it down there. And what else do we want to do? Is there something here that's smaller that we can steal? Yes, we can steal a little butterfly. That's what we'll steal. And I think I'll put that right maybe here. Oh, right there. Alrighty, so we have 2 weeks set up in here, different washi, but it works, and we'll continue to enjoy this. Oh gosh, how did I do that? I missed this. Lord have mercy. Let's dig in here and get her done, friends. Okay, I'm just adding bits and bobs to this to try to bring this along. How I missed that, I don't know, but clearly I did, and that's okay. It's okay. I would like to take another one of these and use it. These little kind of lacy, they're just so pretty. It's just so pretty. And what I'd like to do is use some more of these little bows here. And why not, right? They're sweet and they work. Yep, we're just jazzing it up here, there, and everywhere, it seems to me. I think I could add some more over here. It definitely looks a little barren, and that's okay. We're getting there. Put this down here, and I think we can add some of these butterflies then, right? Well, I've only got one of these. I need to add one more. So, I'll tell you what. Let me put this one down here. Yes, nicely done. Alrighty, we're getting there. I know this is taking forever and a day, but hopefully you're still with me and you're not, you know. Yeah, we're just spending time decorating and creating. And goodness knows that's a privilege and then some, in my opinion. We're very lucky, those of us who do that, you know. And hopefully you're finding some inspo in all of this. That's also another important thing to me, that you're finding some inspiration here. Oh, down here. Yeah, let's put you there. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to take this and move you over here. Alrighty. So I think we're finally done in here. It's not super complex. It's pretty, that's for sure. In fact, I think I can add a little more in here. So I'm thinking about this one, this kind of beigey one, and add it right over here. Oops, kind of good, not really perfect, but that's okay. Let's get in here. Alrighty, friends, this turned out to be quite a bit more than I would have thought. So now I've got to sit down with my pocket planner and also figure that out, if you will. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. We're going to take this back up again, yet still, right? It just shows you just never know where you're going with things, but that's okay. And this, I think, we'll put up here. Alrighty, so let's take a quick look at the whole enchilada. We've got this first page, which I love. Love the quote. This came out nicely. This looks good. Yeah, it's a little bit different on each page, and I really wanted that. So now we're set with this, at least. So now we have to get into this baby and decide what I'm doing here. Okay, so I brought this out. I've got to get moving here. So I have these, which this is a Carpe Diem book. I thought maybe these gold, but I think we're going to wait on that. Truthfully, I'd like to get some more number books, but in time, right? So we're just going to pop some dates in here for the first week. That's as far as I'm not going to do as much deco as I did in the other space, but that's okay. I mean, I can keep up with this, you know, other days on the channel and so forth. These numbers are pretty good. They don't make any more Carpe Diem new books or anything. For a long time, those were my go-to planners. I got rid of the personals. I used to use personal size planners all the time before I decided Pocket was a great thing. And now I still have some of the old A5s. I don't feel like I want to part with those because I have used them for faith planners, and some of those are just, you know, the buffalo check, the black with the white polka dot. They're just kind of iconic, and I just don't. Truthfully, true story. I like Erin Condren paper. I think it's really delightful. But I did at one point buy their old trifold insert, or cover, I should say, and really I preferred the Carpe Diem over that one. It's funny how that happens, how you like, no, I don't know. Okay, so what I've done, as I said to you, is I used bits and bobs from basically this like deco sheet with the other kit last month. It's really pretty. Do I want to use all this? I do also have some of the Chrissy Ann stuff I could use even in here, but this is so big, I don't think it's going to work in the passport. So I guess we can use some of this in here. Oh, what the hey, let's just do it and quit dithering about it, shall we? Goodness, my little cat here. Okay, it's really pretty. Really, her kits are always so well done. I'm always happy with them. I just love her. Anyway, so thank you. If you've made it through this point in the video, I really cannot thank you enough for being here with me. I certainly appreciate you. I appreciate your time, your energy. You've been great. What are your goals or wishes for October? Mine is going to be the sewing projects. I really feel like that's something I need to do for me. Oh, wait, I was saying I needed to use, where's the other? Here it is. I really, that sewing project is going to be great. Okay, so goals, shopping list, meal plan, those are things I can definitely use. Let's see, I usually meal plan Wednesdays or for Thursdays. I'm going to put the meal planning right up here. Why not? It works. And what about this other to-do, to clean, goals, shopping list? I like that. I want to do a to-do kind of thing here on a Friday. Why not? I don't usually use all of these, and I really want to. So yeah, just keeping it simple. I wouldn't mind adding a little bit of washi now. Maybe in this space I can use a different one that I did over there, although this little one I have. Okay, so I have these pretty pumpkins, but it doesn't really, it kind of works, maybe, let's see. No, not really, it's too rose goldy, like it's big, you know. Let's see, I've got all of these, which I don't feel any of them work, oddly enough. I have this green, which I used last, I used in here. I don't want to do that. Alrighty, we're just, how about we go back to this, or we just go with this? You know what? Or we don't go with washi. They can always do that. Maybe we don't go with washi. But I feel like I need some boxes in here or something, and I don't feel there's enough. I've been using these, although I can use some of these. Why not? All right, let's try these in here. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Put one of these over here. Oops. Oh, I know what else I can add in here. Hold on, friends. I got an idea. I have this sticker book, Woodland Seasons. And I believe that somewhere in here are dots and other things that I haven't been using. And in my quest to use up stickers, why not? Okay, why not? I think there's dots, I hope. There's all these stickers in here that I have not used. It's time to use them. My goal is to use some of these in my classic happy planner. But yeah, I swore there were dots in here. Oh dear. Yes, okay. Is it just one page? Okay, so it's part of a page. That's okay, we can do it. I'm going to pick up on the blue that's here and just bring it up, okay? So instead of using all the boxes, I can use some of these. Why not? Perfect. I've been using the dots more regularly in different spaces. Again, trying to use the things that I've got without feeling like, oh, I missed this or I missed that. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Let's do this goldenrod. No, let's do another blue. Okay, and maybe one more. Good. Better. Now I feel better. I feel like I'm, yeah. Okay. And well, should we do a dark green or should we go back to blue? Let's see, I've got this with the blue. I've got that with the blue. I got this. What are we doing, friends? We don't know. We can do one more blue. Why not? Pick up on it. All right, so that's pretty good there, right? It works. I mean, it's a little bit Spartan. I could add a little bit more. I wonder if I can add in, I did see some small mushrooms in here. Let's see what else we've got in here. What the heck, right? Oh, these are things I could use too. Aha, note to self, important. Okay, I'll remember that for next week because those are things and even these. See, there's so many stickers we don't use in our sticker books. All right, so next week in this planner, I'll remember some of that. There's a leaf. Look at all these mushrooms. I've got a ton of mushrooms. So you know what? We're going to add some in because we can. Why not? Okay. Cute. And it works. So we're mixing and matching, and there's nothing wrong with that, I feel. Right? Let's put this one over here. Very cute. And maybe one of these little try mushrooms. 3 mushrooms. Put it over here. Huh. See that? It works. I feel like I need something here, though. La, 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 la. What else have we got in here, friends? What else? Okay, so this is seasonal. These are obviously winter. Here's spring is in the air. More mushrooms. That must be more spring there. These are cute. Very cute. There's this solitary leaf just sitting there on its own. Maybe we'll just grab that with the hay. Right? And put it over here. Alrighty. Good. I think I did it. So again, this is Woodland Seasons. This is another kit from Simply Gilded, which obviously I can use all of these in here, which works better than in the Passport Planner. I'm not going to write anything in here today, but I just thought, I still have to get through next week, but good. And I'm going to add the rest of the days in. I like it. I'm happy with it. And I really love this. I'm so glad I find bargains because I want to encourage you. And I've said this before. I bought the Aura Estelle passports. They were more expensive. So whether you buy expensive or inexpensive, you can still buy bargains too. I mean, why not switch it up a bit? So thanks for being here today. I know this is kind of long and rambly, and stay tuned for my sewing content. I'm so excited. It really did my heart good to go today. I cannot express how heartfelt that was. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I appreciate you. Please appreciate yourself and be kind to yourself as well, friends. You know what? Let's make October a really great month, friends. Thanks again for being here. Let's move forward and be joyful. Have a great weekend planner, friends. Bye now.